Well, Bert Brown again here in the Radio Shack, and as promised, I'm coming to you in another video about Meerschaum, and this one is rather provocatively entitled Rapid Colouring of Meerschaum Pipes, and I do mean rapid. As you know, one of the most attractive parts of the hobby, I guess, of having a Meerschaum pipe is to see it change from that beautiful white ivory colour when you first get it into the reds and the beige and the deep chestnut and deep browns that will naturally occur over time as the pipe is exposed, obviously, to the tar and nicotine and in the tobaccos. It will naturally happen, and that's one of the great pleasures of having a Meerschaum pipe. So I thought I'd set myself an experiment, get hold of a little Meerschaum pipe, and just see how rapidly it could begin to acquire colour. So this is stage one, and I will post some more of the pipe that I'm using. I bought a pipe from a company called UniqueMeerschaum in Turkey, and it's I would say small to medium size, a little bit on the small size, a smooth pipe, no figural carvings or what have you. And my intention was to see if I could colour this as rapidly as possible. Now I'll show you the pipe straight away, and you can see what you think. So here it is, and if I can just, you'll see that it is developing. It's not a brilliant camera I'm using, but I think you can see that it is developing quite a bit of patination already, and I can tell you I've had this and smoked it for 3 days. So I'm guessing if I continue with the techniques I'm using, this will really turn very, very nice. I would imagine within a month, certainly a month to 2 months, that would be a beautiful chestnut colour. The areas that do tend to obviously get the colouring initially are along the stem here, part of the shank there, and obviously around the bowl as well, and the top of the bowl. In most pipes, that will tend to go first. What determines the rate and the area that colours? Well, you can see this is not a tremendously thick pipe. That's in its favour. Obviously, the thicker the Meerschaum, the longer it's going to get to colour. Now, I did hear somebody online saying that the pipe doesn't colour from the inside out; it colours from the outside in, which seems to be counterintuitive to me. But apparently, some wise soul bandsawed a Meerschaum, perfectly good Meerschaum, in half, and discovered that the colour was coming from the outside skin, and you know, I must admit I'm not too sure about that. It seems counterintuitive to me when you see that Meerschaum is a very porous and luckily heat resistant substance, and it will absorb pretty much everything it's exposed to. So in this case, in the case for pipe, it's obviously exposed to the tars and the nicotines and so forth. Right, so some tips, what I've done, and what you may find works for you, and I'd love to hear what other people think about this. One tip I found from a guy online was to smoke your pipe upside down. Simple as that. So here we go. And you're going to smoke it like that. I've done that a couple of times. I guess the theory is the smoke is going to rise up and cover the whole of the bowl and so on and so forth. Is that helping? I think possibly it possibly is, but that's just one little tip that I heard of. Another tip that I found, I think, and like I say, I'm only like 4 days in with this already, so I can't really know for certain, is when the pipe is hot, obviously take out the ash and the debris inside, rest it in some tobacco, either in a baggie, or I've got like a mason jar with quite a deep substrate of tobacco in. I just plonk it in there and let it cool down. Theory being, as it cools, it will be absorbing the tars that will be going into the bowl. It'll be sucking those into the bowl. I think that possibly will help as well. Any other tips for rapid colouring? Well, I'd love to hear what anybody else has tried. I think the key to all of this when it comes to Meerschaum is smoke the damn thing as much as you can. It's the smoking of the pipe that is going to lead to the coloration over time. So obviously smoke as much as you can. The great beauty with these pipes over Briars is they don't need a cooling period. They don't need to develop a cake. In fact, you don't want any cake in there at all. Just wipe it out each time. Doesn't need a rest period. It's bone dry. Once it's cooled down, it's good to go again. So, theoretically, you have a pipe like this with you, and you can smoke it again and again and again. No cool down. Doesn't matter what tobaccos. You can put an English in it, then a vapor, then an aromatic. There's another point. I have heard that heavy aromatics help with the coloration process, chiefly because they have got more topping, more casing, will turn to steam and all the rest of it. Will help with the colouring process. So that's another little tip there. If you can, smoke heavily cased aromatics if you're just trying to colour the thing. But at the end of the day, just darn smoke it as much as possible, and that should do the trick. I think that's covered most of the tips that I've heard. Some other people suggest soaking tobacco, getting the liquid that comes from that and painting over the pipe and so forth. That seems a bit unnatural to me, so I wouldn't try that. But I'm going to use this as a test pipe anyway, to see how well that does. 4 days in at the moment. I'll do another video in about a month's time, and then just to compare for a look-see or whatever. So I'd like to thank UniqueMeerschaum in Turkey for sending me this pipe, which has been great. It's been an absolute pleasure to smoke, and we'll see how the experiment continues. And if you've got any particular tricks or tips that you use to help colour your Meerschaums, I would love to hear about those as well. So there it is. There's the Meerschaum colouring challenge. Rapid Meerschaum colouring. What works for you? I'll be putting some more Meerschaum pipe videos up in the next week or so. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know your comments, and you want any other videos from me? Just let me know. Send me a message. Let's just see. This is lovely, nice, lovely and lightweight. The thing with Meerschaum is so lightweight you don't know if you've got it in your mouth. There we go. Meerschaum rapid colouring. Okay, you guys. I'll see you again. You take it easy.